than ever. Ain't no cracking under pressure. The boy's clever. If I did it, it was stellar. Nobody fresher. Stop complaining, man, my head hurts. These catchy records ain't nothing really but a walk in the park for me. Heard the catalog, you know I got some scars on me. Just getting started, you don't really wanna start with me. It's John Kill, I would sacrifice a heart in me for family, high roller. But you wouldn't know it by the way that I wrote up. A real lifespan, looking good, it ain't slowing. One after another, man, I just keep going and going and going. Yeah, if I did it, then I did it right. This ain't happened for me overnight. Bet against me, you gon' pay the price. Down to business, I ain't playing nice. So ahead of y'all, I'm out of sight. When you poppin', they don't wanna slice. Greed and envy, that's a part of life. Mediocre, that just won't suffice. Keep myself grounded, that's a piece of me that I won't let go. No matter what level I reach, I promise to hold it close. Ain't gotta tell me this hitting different, man, I already know. How are you claiming we had a baby, we ain't never spoke? I don't be out here with random women on the road. They want a DNA test to prove it, I'm like, here you go. I could've saved you a bunch of time and told you the results. Looking for hush money from me, you ain't gon' get it though. Historic, rain on my parade, I keep walking and ignore it. Just part of the game, yeah, it comes with the territory. It's just another day, man, I'm used to it downpouring. It's nothing. If I did it, then I did it right. This ain't happened for me overnight. Bet against me, you gon' pay the price. Down to business, I ain't playing nice. So ahead of y'all, I'm out of sight. When you poppin', they don't wanna slice. Greed and envy, that's a part of life. Mediocre, that just won't suffice. Do not need no introduction. Style my own, can't no one touch it. Became what they said I couldn't. Mediocre, that won't cut it. Life is a gift, I wanna live it to the fullest while I can. Why would I not wanna know my days in this game are numbered? Might as well enjoy the few years that I do have left. Who knows when I'ma write my last verse? I've been to hell and back ever since that first EP came out with all I have on it. I've been giving all I have, wasn't really prepared for the pain I was gonna have to go through to get to the end result that I knew I wanted. Hoped I would make an impact in rap. Has that been insane? Yes, but it was worth it. I can't imagine if I would've gave up and just turned my back on this music. Where would I be now? Don't know how I would've made it out from underneath that rainy cloud. Had my doubts, yes, but that's how I found my true purpose. If my surface looks great, who cares if underneath I'm hurting? If there's one thing I've learned in my life, it's that life is uncertain. Getting burned is unavoidable, isn't it? Ain't a person alive that hasn't been a victim of being lied to. We're all hypocrites, giving our 2 cents but not listening. All living in our own world, thinking that we're right when the fact of the matter is a closed mind is the mind of an idiot. Don't believe that's true? Well, open it.
Fix my cheek real quick. What you mean you don't know how I'm stepping?
We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Snowhawks of Anchorage taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. One of 2 spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And no return here to start. It's a fair catch, and they will set up shop at the 25. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. And he finally before reaching the 21. 54 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Elliott. Touchdown. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
That felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Now Lewis. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsom. It's certainly not how they envisioned the start to this when you give up the touchdown and they take a shot on the first play from scrimmage offensively, Charles, but it gets intercepted.
Yeah, instead of just trying to nibble and, work your way downfield, they tried to take a nice little chunk there. It didn't.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
And he'll be taken down at the 18. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything to hold on to it. A nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down. On now the former Vol, Michael Pilardi. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Gets through, and now an opening. Nifty move. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Throwing is Lewis. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Hey, check that.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him. Otherwise, you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nick Chubb, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one lines up incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Inside give to Elliott. 92 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 18. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Von Bell. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the ball is going to wind up out of bounds, so they will lose yardage, but they'll keep the football. Second time he's fumbled in this game. Fortunate for him, this one goes out of bounds.
And the key for him now is how much equity have you built up with your coaching staff? How much equity have you built up with your team to continue to get opportunities? Fortunate that one went out of bounds, saved him from a turnover.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown.
Finding room at midfield. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35.
It's a big play there on 3rd down. And even 50 yards.
We saw these guys have some big plays in their wild card win last week, and they're certainly going to need to continue to put up plays like we just saw there if they hope to continue to move on in these playoffs.
A first down carry by Elliott. And down inside the 15 he goes.
109 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Jackson going to keep it running right.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 11 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Eagles 7. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. A short one there, caught by Granson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Jackson. That is caught. And touchdown. Jamar Chase, 39 yards. And the Snowhawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. McManus's point after is good. And it's now 21-7.
21, Eagles 7. Brandon McManus set to kick off.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This taken in at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And again, it's Chubb.
And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Chubb on the counter.
73 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, you think about it, you got a rookie quarterback at the helm. You're in a divisional round of the playoffs here. That head of his just has to be spinning, doesn't it?
Well, normally you'd have to say yes, but I do think that the way things went last week, how he played in the wild card win, how sensational he was, that'll stop his head from spinning. And now he's in a situation that's getting towards uncharted territory because you've got Joe Flacco, Mark Sanchez, the only 2 rookies to win 2 playoff games in 1 year. He's trying to join that company, but it's not going to be easy to get it done.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop it behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
On 3rd down, Lewis. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are back within a score. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. He will find his man Chase complete. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 33.
1st down, Snowhawks.
Now Jackson. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. 10th carry now for Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2.
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now a timeout signal for him. They'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. He has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Eagles 14.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
From his end zone, Wilson. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Lewis to throw on 2nd down. They set up the screen to Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb.
And he's got it down to the 28.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, that last one makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
125 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Chubb is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line.
He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Extra point by Bass. Up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3 with 24-21. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
At the 28-yard line.
Jackson. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Give them 32 on the play.
First down, Snowhawks.
On the option right is Jackson. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Throwing is Jackson. And it's going to be incomplete. He's able to catch it there on the outside line. Out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to kick it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down. So do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Now Lewis to throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. To throw is Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
A gain of 30. And an English first down.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 25 yards to the house.
And the Snowhawks are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point from McManus is good, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Let's go now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. And they need to come up with something as they get this drive started.
The tackle there by Quandre Diggs.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, Lewis.
Pass complete, George Pickens with it.
23 yards the pickup there.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now this throw caught left side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Off play action. Lewis under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw. Lewis. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Jackson now. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They go play action with Jackson on the move to his left.
There's a short throw to his tight end, McKinney.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a first down here. And that should be the one that seals a victory.
First down, Snowhawks.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So they file for the exits here in silence. And what a job to come in on the road, divisional round of the playoffs, and you get to end it by going down to a knee.
Now their confidence has to be at an extreme high. That's 2 weeks in a row they've gone on the road and gotten it done. They don't care where they go. From here on out, they think they can beat anyone.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough, tough way for it to end.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Philadelphia, good night, everybody.
Stand up. Do the he say, she say, getting no delay, run it like relay, bro. You ain't going like this. In my can't see straight, big fur jacket from eBay, looking timeless. I gotta let my skin fade marinate. We gotta toast up, celebrate. Everyone scream next.